Okay, here we are with the final part of the event, which is the live testing of the Shadow of the Ancients, where when you look on the screen, it's a big chonker in front of you. Now, the reason I'm making this guide is because this thing has a few new tricks up its sleeve in which that I haven't fully mastered yet. What new tricks? These new tricks.
Someone needs assistance.
And chances are, you probably got hit with one of those and probably died. So I'm here to help you out. Now I'm doing this free to play. As you can see, Amber, Noelle, Lisa, and Traveler, everyone here is free. Noelle is guaranteed if you pull on Beginner Wish, so there's no reason not to have her. Do realize that she is here for shields, so if you have Diona, or perhaps Zhongli, or even perhaps, say, Xinyan or Toma, they're gonna be, they're gonna be fine. However, when it comes to the fight, the majority of the stunning will be from Amber. She is the GOAT, and Traveler and Noelle will be the DPS when it comes to making the ruingrader, well, kind of shut up. Lisa is here for obvious reasons. She is the only electro character that I have in terms of free-to-playness. You can use Fischl, she is so much better, but considering this is a free-to-play thing, and Fischl was last free in 1.1, I don't think that's fair. And most likely, if you've been playing since 1.1, you have another electro character to use. Before we get started though, I want to mention I am doing this world level 8. So most likely, if you're just encountering this at world level 5 or 4, this fight will be a lot easier for you, if not the same difficulty, because my boss will be level 93, and yours will probably be leveled like 70 something. So please don't worry for what I'm about to show you. So here's my gear. I'm going to be using 3-star weapons in terms of all my DPS. So Fillet Blade, Sharpshooter's Oath, Iron Greatsword, and of course Lisa's using a Mop of Mare, but again it doesn't really matter what weapon she uses because she is just here for electro application. My artifacts are going to be pretty good. 4-piece Noblesse, and they're all leveled properly, and Constellation 6 Traveler, but then again this is all for free. Talents are also for free. The reason why I'm using Geo Traveler is because she does very good damage for bursts, and also she can glitch out the AI by trapping them on top of a rock. Amber here, she's going to be using Sharpshooter's Oath because I want the crit damage and the increased damage against weak spots. For the Constellation, she is at C3, but she can do this at C0, it's just fine. Talents are triple crowned, and that is why I'm using a Sharpshooter's Oath. For Noelle, I'm using a White Iron Greatsword because I don't want to use a White Blind since not everyone has had the chance to have an R5 White Blind, so it's not fair. So I'm just going to use a 3-star that everyone might find across a chest. Retracing Bolide, I'm actually going to swap back to her regular feather because, well, flower actually, because I don't want her getting ganked. She's a C6. I'm not going to be using her for DPS because that would be cheating, so instead I'm just going to be using her for shields. Talents are going to be 8, 11, 11 because I did use her quite a lot back in the day, and I still do. Lisa is really underbuilt. You can see here, she's really not that well built. And Constellation 3, even that will not save her at the moment because she is just here for the electro application, and that's pretty much it. So, do note that even if my artifacts are this good, I am at world level 8, so my boss is most likely significantly harder than yours. Anyway, the key to this fight is, well, keeping the NRE on you, so you can do this. And also, Amber is going to be the majority of the stunning, because she is the GOAT for this fucking event. Yet again, people say that she's useless, but I swear to God, I can't not find a use for her. Traveler and Noelle will be here for DPS. I'm going to be trying to use Noelle as less as I can, and Lisa is here for the electro application. And one of my friends from the Amber Mains Discord, please join if you are a proud Amber main, told me that it's better if you just do one at a time, and I don't disagree. If you just do one tower at a time and just properly do DPS, most likely you won't have trouble. Alright, so let's put that to the test. By the way, just letting you know, right before we start, you can eat food, okay? So if you're really struggling and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die in one hit, make yourself some food. Do this, have this here, have this here. I'm gonna eat some jewelry soup because this thing does not one-shot me, but it gets close. So I'm just gonna grab one because damage kind of doesn't really matter in this fight. But yeah, otherwise, don't forget you can eat food, you can buff yourself, just let it happen. Okay, so when we start, always go to one of them, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to start with this one. And as he gets up, he's most likely going to be damageable, so I can recharge some of my energy this way. See here with my Geo Traveler, I get my burst up. And he's probably going to start shooting at me like this, so just be quick. And don't let him damage you. And he's probably going to be like, oh, he's going to T-pose on me now. Watch it, see? He's just kind of like zoning out. And now he's going to come here. And when he comes here, you need to make sure that this guy does not stomp that thing. Because the health is very important. So he's going to spin once, and he's probably going to glow. Shoot. And then after that, he'll probably try to laser it. So watch it again. Shoot it again. And here, I'm going to grab Lisa. I'm going to do this and get away from it as fast as you can. Because, remember, damaging it doesn't really matter. Because anything, that probably damages you more. So here, I'm going to put down some rocks. Because this is when everything starts to go to shit. So you might want to be careful. And quickly charge attack to recharge. And keep an eye on his feet. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was really close. Try again. Whoa, okay. That scares me all the time, because that thing will stomp you into high hell. See what happens if you don't properly hit them on the feet? Yeah, you have to be very careful. But I'm just going to constantly use Lisa when shielded to always make sure this thing is recharging. Come on, stop me again, bitch. Yeah, fuck off. And so now, because that is fully charged now, I'm going to move on to the next one. Start on 2. I'm going to crystallize a little bit. Because this is not fun when you mistime something. So just be careful of that. I'm here to heal my units, but I'm going to do this again. Charge attack to charge up my, my little tower. Alright. There we go. And just keep yourself very close. It doesn't matter if these guys get hit or not. Alright, I'm just gonna tank that real quick, because I really don't like that. Keep recharging. Come on, stop me, bitch. Whew, that was close. Alright. I'm just gonna stay next to this thing and let it charge. Come on, what are you gonna do? I'm an Amber Maid. You can't fucking do this to me. Alright, again. Luckily I have the shield up. Stop me again. Don't you fucking dare. And I think all he's gonna do now is just that. I'm just gonna keep charging up this thing. As you can see here, shields are very important to this fight because I'm getting my ass kicked. Whew. Alright, and make sure that you have at least 2 minutes until, yeah, here we go. So here's the last part. Oop. There we go. Don't you dare. And I'm just gonna use Baron Bunny, because that actually does help with the taunt. And just keep Amber up. Just continue doing this. And if anything, throw Baron Bunny again. Oops. My mistake. I will not repeat it. Noelle shield again. And honestly, just keep going. Ah, you're shooting lasers at me? I'll shoot you. I'll shoot it back. And with Lisa again, recharge, and continue to do this fight. Because otherwise, you're not going to win. Because no, it doesn't matter how many times you kill this thing, it will. The only parameter of victory is if you charge every single one of these. So just keep your eyes on this dude. Later, okay. Charge again. And continue to shoot. And don't get killed by this guy, I guess. Easier said than done, I know. But you can tell that this is a very meticulous process. Baron Bunny. I guess I'll heal everyone. And I'm just gonna charge up Lisa's attack to charge up, and alright, there we go. It may glitch out a little bit, but it's gonna die. So yeah, you can tell that this is the easier way to do it if you don't care about the challenges. The challenges are actually kind of impossible to do free to play, unless if you're just running around with Lisa and always just constantly charging and abusing shields. So when it comes to that strategy, I would suggest replacing Lisa with, of course, the previous archers that I mentioned. Either, say, the, kujousara or Fischl. Beto is there in case if you really want to, along with Razor, but considering that it just takes a small charge up to fire an electro arrow, both of these archers are kind of recommended for this fight. And be sure they're slightly built, you know. My Sara isn't that great, but she is able to fire and stun at least the attacks that this ruingrader does. So you can tell that she's alright, right? 4-piece noblesse, got a sacrificial bow. But otherwise, when it comes to completing this fight in the 3-minute mark, you really have to crunch time by basically enabling all three with all your electro archers and just constantly shooting them. Also, if you constantly down this guy as well, it's a plus, but it's very hard to do unless if you have a power comp. So let's try that right now. I'm going to be using my whale squad, as my friends like to call it. So I'm going to bring the Raiden Shogun, kujousara, zhongli, and diluc, because diluc will cover AoE, zhongli will cover AoE, and Raiden will also cover AoE. And of course, Sara is here to stun him all the goddamn time. So I'm going to swap him to him right now. Charge. 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 He's probably going to be having a defense up, but I want that because it actually does help me stun him. That missed. Just ignore that. Alright. Alright, so this guy is probably just going to move to something. Alright, he's going to move to this one. I'm going to try stunning him really quickly. You have to be very quick, otherwise you actually miss every opportunity there is. There we go. So now we can go for this one. Fire. And continue on recharging everything. Alright, now this guy's kind of mad now. So he's going to be recharging. That's fine. Recharge this. And yeah, just be careful, you know. Alright, let's go with this guy. Recharge. 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 And this is basically how you get the 3-minute mark. And it's kind of hard to do, but at least it doesn't like cost you any Primogems. The Primogems are just there for you to beat it, which is great. So I'm just going to be using diluc for covering AoE. And I kind of fucked that up, but you can fuck off, because nobody fucks by diluc. So I'm just going to continue, well, yeah. Alright, and that should it. Later, bitch. And, well, even though that was kind of difficult, my goodness, he was really kicking it there. You can tell here that, well, I got the thing done. 3 minutes. Triggering without the self-repair function, and this one is self-repair function at least twice. So this is just kind of like sadist mode where you just keep killing it. I'll do that on my own time, but you can tell that the 2 Primogem rewarding ones are the ones that matter, which is just beat it and then shoot his weak spots a bunch of times. So with Amber, that is more than easy. Just make sure that you keep your aim trained, and that's about it. Alright, there you go. That's all you gotta do. Hope everyone is able to get their Primogems, and I'm never doing this again. Fuck you.